Hello chaps and chapesses. Today I'm talking about 3D, 5D and the implications of thinking that we should be in 5D when in fact we are in 3D and all of that. It's a bit polemic, this one, so fasten your seatbelt and I'll tell you all about it on the other side. So I had a friend, I still have a friend in fact, just the one. I have a friend who is very, very spiritual, was much more spiritual than I ever was at the beginning. When I met him, he was really spiritual and I wasn't. Or I wasn't there. Anyway, so I watched him go through various stages of his spirituality and he stopped drinking caffeine, he just used to drink hot water, and he said he could commune better, you could connect better. And then he came over to see me and he was drinking about 10 coffees a day, 10 to 15 coffees a day. And I was quite concerned. And he was eating really badly. I've never seen him eat really well. He'll eat like anything. And I said to him, that's a lot of coffee to put in your system. And I was sort of saying, well, I had to give it up because it wasn't good for me, etc., etc. And he said, you know what, Gordon, you're thinking about it wrongly. If you believe coffee's bad for you, it's going to be bad for you. But if you believe that it's really helping you and it's really good for you, that's what it's going to be. And I felt a little bit slighted because I'd been given some signals that my lifestyle wasn't right, and I made some changes and I saw massive improvements. So I was already very much in favor of taking care of the vehicle. However, to cut a long story short, he actually became very ill recently, like a bizarre, not what you would expect. And I don't know where he is now in terms of his thinking, but I really hope that it shifted him a little bit. So the point I'm making is this. This vehicle in which we live is 3D. Now, I know people say, well, it's changing to crystalline and it's moving. Maybe. Perhaps. But this is a 3D body. We are in a 3D plane. And so if we believe that we can ingest really, really bad stuff, and just by thinking about it, we can make it, convert it into something good, I think that we're on a real bad road. Personally. Is positive thinking about your food valuable? Absolutely. If you believe that your food is going to heal you and make you well and nourish you, it certainly is. But I think there's a lot more to it than that. So what we've got to do is we've got to get a balance here. And yes, all that people say, believe that your food's really good for you, and it will be, absolutely. But at the same time, eat some fucking good food. Eat something nice. Make sure that it's good stuff that you're putting in your body. Make sure that you're not toxifying your body. Okay, it's a balance. This is a 3D body. You wouldn't go and put in your car the wrong kind of fuel. The car wouldn't work. You can't say, hey, you know what, this is diesel, but I'm just imagining it to be unleaded. I know it'll work. No, it won't. The car won't work. Well, it's the same with our body. Okay, we've got to get a bit of balance. We're not in 5D. We're in 3D. We came down here, we were given this body, it's got to last us a lifetime. We need to take care of it. Now, am I saying that these beliefs don't work? Absolutely not. Have you seen these in America, the healers that use the power of God, and people come to them and they say, "You are healed," and they're healed. Doesn't happen to everybody, but it does happen. But not to everybody, but it does happen. And then you've got other groups that do weird stuff to themselves. There's a group that takes vipers, poisonous vipers, and they get the bite themselves. They get the viper to bite them, and the toxins don't cause them any problems. I saw a video of the people who like have a big spike and they shove it through the cheek, and they dance around and they shove it through the cheek, and no blood comes out, and then they pull it out and there's no hole. What's going on there? Does that not prove that if you truly believe it, anything's possible? Yes, but there's a common thread that goes through every one of those experiences. The common thread is this: the people that are healed, the people that do weird stuff to themselves and don't get damaged, they are in a highly, highly altered state of hypnosis. They are in what you would describe as holy ecstasy. They're in ecstasy. They're in an ecstasy situation. They are out of their minds and they're out of their bodies. So that's when it happens. And it doesn't happen to everybody because not everybody's able to get their belief structure there. So what's the difference between that, somebody healing just spontaneously like that, and somebody saying, "Hey, my food is, I believe my food's going to help me, so it will." The difference is the ecstasy. I've never seen anybody in a state of like holy ecstasy saying, "I believe that my food is good for me no matter what it is." No, that's very matter of fact that people say that. That's not the place you need to be. If you want your food, if you want to eat poison and be okay, you've got to get into this wild ecstasy place. And to do that, you've got to have a special place and a special moment and a special circumstance. So what I'm saying is, don't think by just, like, it's almost blasé that I hear people say, "Oh, I just believe it's going to be great and it'll be great." Be careful. Because you're saying the words, but you're not feeling what you need to feel to make that manifest itself. Right? It's a very high level feeling you've got to have. So please, just my advice, and you can take it or you can leave it. Okay? You can leave it there on the floor. Go, I'll just leave that there. Don't want that advice. Just leave it. Please take care of the vehicle. Take care of it. Don't put things into your body that you know are going to harm you. Don't do it. Take care of yourself. Look after yourself. That doesn't mean that you've got to live a perfect life of a monk or whatever. That's not what we're talking about. But just don't be silly with it. Don't go mad. And don't think that you've got the power to convert shit food into good food just by saying, "Oh, it's just good food now." That won't happen. That's not how the creation happens, okay? So there you are. Please put in the comments what you think. Am I on track or am I, way off here? Let me know. And I love you all. Speak to you all later.